Hi everyone, this is Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and today I have a tutorial for coloring black and white. I'm going to be using the cool grays and the warm grays and show you two different options because that's what the marker pop challenge is this week, is black and white or sepia coloring, and we're going to concentrate on black and white today. So I've got a lot of the C's and a lot of the W's, and the C's are the cool grays and the W's are the warm grays. So I'm just going to color with each set of these, and then I'll show you the difference. They just look a little bit different, but they still look black and white. So to get started, I'm going to color her hair in pretty dark. I'm going to go with C7, C9, and C10 for her hair. And I'm just going to start with my darker color this time. I've showed you black hair coloring before, and I started with my lighter color. Today I'm going to work in a different way. And it's really a personal preference if you start with your darkest colors or your lightest colors. Zoom in here. Turn it around. I'm just going to work in sections with this. And when I'm coloring with all black and whites, it gets hard to see the difference in the different areas. So you want to stick to some darker grays in certain areas and some lighter grays in other areas, and then you'll have some contrast between the different parts of your image. This is C7 now. Okay, I'm going to start back with C10 on this other side. C9. And C7. Okay, and then the top part, I'll turn it this way, go back with C10. I'm going to have more brighter highlights in here. C9. C7. I'm not going to color it in all the way. Then I'm going to go in with C1 and color that. We're left with some highlights in her hair. Okay, C10. C9. C7. And C1 for the highlight. Okay, and so we've made that the darkest we can make it with the C10. And so anything that's touching it, I'm going to go lighter and have the lightest color from this section, which is C7, be the darkest color for the sections touching it. So for her dress and for her hat, and I'll do her skin tone even lighter than that. That way I have more contrast in my image since we're working with just one color family. So I'll pick up the C7, the C6, and the C5 for her hat. And I'll show you, since I only use the lightest color on certain sections, and I'll use it as my darkest color on her hat, you'll see more contrasting. And I've got C6. C5, and I'm going to use an even lighter color right through there. Give it a highlight too that kind of goes along with her hairline. Okay, and for the lightest part, I'm going to go in with the C1 again. Oops, wrong side. This is the C1. Just gonna make one little area lighter. And same with the top of the hat. I'm going to use the same colors. So this is C7. C6. C5, and C1, just the little highlight part. Okay, so you can tell there's a big difference between the hat section, and the hair section. So it's good that we went with the lightest color from this section as the darkest color here, and then we don't have much overlap in the colors. I'm going to do the same thing with her outfit. It shows like her sleeves are sheer, but I'm just going to go ahead and color them in all the way with the C7. I'll rotate it here and start on this part. C6. C5. And her arms will be blocking the light underneath. I'm going to start with the C7 again. Okay, and C6. And I'm just accentuating those folds in the fabric. And C5. her dress. And I'm going to make her shoes match. I'm going to start with the C7 on the back part here. I'm going to just do C6 and C5 on the front part of her shoe. They're pretty tiny. And C5. For the 9, I'm just going to color it in really dark with the C10. Just going to have it flat, and then it'll look kind of black against everything else because it's so dark. For the cloud, I'm going to make it really light. I've got C00 and C0. I'm just going to color it all in with the C00. Then I'm going to go back with the C0 and just add color along the lines, just for some emphasis. Under her dress where there would be shadows. Okay, for the skin, I'm going to use C1 and C0. Just start on her legs. That was C1, this is C0. Back to C1 for the top of her arms. C0. And for her face, I'm going to do the C1 around her hairline, around the side. Back with the C0 and blend it together. I'm going to add a little bit more of the C1. Okay, so she's got some accents, the little flowers. I'm going to go ahead and make them dark. This is the C10. Scoot it down. Same with her hat. Okay, so there's the whole image colored in with C's. Now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to use the W's. I have this almost the same numbers in the W's as I do in the C's. So what I'm going to do is everywhere I used the darkest C colors, I'm going to use the darkest W colors. For every place I use the lightest C colors, I'm going to use the lightest W colors. And then we'll come back and compare. Okay, so the one on the left here is done with the W's, and the one on the right is done with the C's. You can tell there's a little bit of a difference in the colors. I like to think of the W1 as like an old-timey black and white photo, and this one would be more like if you tried to make a photo these days, black and white, maybe digitally on your computer. The first thing that would come up would be this kind of cool gray black and white. And this one has more of a brownish tone to it. It looks kind of aged. So there you have the two differences. I hope you will play along with our Marker Pop challenge this week. Thanks for watching. Bye.